Oh, is this gonna stay up? Might stay up. I don't know. Hey. Oh man, I got a tripod for Christmas, and I thought I wouldn't actually use it just because I don't usually film these types of videos. But I'm using it now. I actually got it from one of my relatives. It was like, well, not relatives, but like family friends, you know. So super close, super thankful. I haven't filmed one of these types of videos before where I just sit down and talk. It's really weird to be doing it for the first time. It's just me and this tripod. It's just like I'm just talking. So sorry if I seem super nervous, because I am. But yeah, I wanted to make this video to sort of convey some knowledge, you know. When I first moved to uni 3 months ago, almost to the day actually, I think I moved in September 15, and now it's January 16. At least I think that's what the day is. It was just an immediate sense of like something changed, you know. So first day of, or first week of school was like, you know, it's welcome week. There were a bunch of parties. Basically, I didn't have to go to class or anything, and it was just like party, party, party. Everybody wanted to meet each other, and it was like, you know, it was all good. Almost immediately after classes started, there was just this air of tension throughout the entire university, just like everywhere, from just my friends to the people I went to class with. There's just this atmosphere of just, it was just weighing down on everybody. And it was just like tests and grades and everything that people cared about were suddenly people's worst nightmares, you know? Like the majors that people chose to go into, like all of a sudden it just became a burden. So I talked to my friend about it. He knows this guy, and his whole mindset is like, you know, if I go through pain right now, I can't wait till I become rich in a couple decades, you know. It's gonna be the best if I sacrifice everything right now. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought like that too. I had thought like that in 12th grade. And society does make it out to be that way, you know. Like a lot of people are like, oh, just sacrifice these years of your life, get a good education, and you'll be set. You know, you're just gonna be set. Or like that's the notion, right? It's a sacrifice today for a better tomorrow. Personally, I've never been that happy with that kind of thinking, you know. Like I want to enjoy the time that I have here, and I, like, for the life of me, I couldn't understand why I couldn't, you know? Like, whenever I tried to be happy, it's just like people would tell me that I'm just fooling around, you know, and just like to get my stuff together. I'm sure I'm not alone in that experience. I'm willing to bet that like the majority of my hallmates feel like that too. But I've done a lot of thinking recently, and as you guys know, I'm in a competition. It's hosted by this guy named Jun Yu, and basically it's a self-improvement competition at its very basic. 28 days, all of January and a little bit of February. The premise is like you have to improve yourself as much as you can in those 28 days. And I am like crushing it. I'm hitting these physical milestones which I've never hit before. Like I recently ran a half marathon. I made a video on it, and I keep mentioning it in my videos. I should probably stop. But like I was really proud of it, you know? I started this whole thing, like this whole vlogging thing. This channel was not a thing before that challenge. It's just something that I wanted to learn, and I just committed to learning. But after a while, like just even 5 days in, you know, I started feeling it. Oh shoot, I have to run another 8 miles today. Shoot, I have to release another video today, right? And it left me wondering, like, where did the passion go? Making videos is something that I love to do, and just because like I get to share my message with like whoever's willing to listen, right? Fitness I've always loved as well. It's like, you know, I'm trying to get in shape because I'm part of the boxing team at the University of Washington. And when I'm sore and when I'm lying in my bed and I feel like dehydrated and I just like I'm just dizzy and stuff and I don't want to do anything, like That notion of saying like, oh, you have to run, you know? It just takes like all the fun out of it. And the sad thing is this happens to almost everybody, and almost everybody has accepted it as normal. It happens even when we're kids, you know. Sometimes parents, I love my parents, but no but like I love my parents, just to be just to be clear. Sometimes they can be like overbearing. I'd started karate when I was 10ish, and I'd really enjoyed it. When they were just pushing me with all well intention, right? And all of a sudden it just became a chore. And then I lost the passion. I had been posting on Instagram before this, and I was like, oh dang, I really like this Instagram thing. I want to get better at it. And I enrolled in this guy's course, and he's like, you have to post for 30 days in a row. Otherwise you just like, you're not going to get there though. So I was like, okay, I thought I could do it. So I just tried, and I didn't, right? Because it just became a chore for me. There wasn't any more exploration. There wasn't any more curiosity. Effectively, I burned out. And I know a lot of people think like, but I'm tough. I'm tough like that. I don't get burned out. Believe me, I thought like that too. I did get burned out. But like, it's so easy to avoid, you know? And I don't know why more people do. If there's one thing that I could say to myself in 12th grade when I first discovered business, right? Like the world of just entrepreneurship and like filming, right, is just, you have time. There's so much time to do whatever you want in the future. Like there's so much time to make money. There's so much time to learn new things. Over the summer, I was working on whatever I was working on, like 12 hours a day. And it cost me a lot of things, you know, like it made me distant from my mom. It made me distant from my dad. Even made me distant from my sister. She was basically my best friend. All because of the feeling like, oh, I can do more. I can't stop because I'm gonna fall behind. You know, pain today for a better future tomorrow. But the things that you have today might not be there tomorrow, no matter how much you work. But the thing is, it's not all like lose-lose. It's not cherish the things you have right now and then just work tomorrow. It's not just pain today and then just be free tomorrow. You can have the best of both worlds, you know. And I don't feel like many people do that. I know I don't know everything, especially just because, you know, I'm young, right? I'm only 19. But to all those people, my one biggest piece of advice is just realizing that you have time. You have time to do everything that you want to do and more. You know the saying that intensity doesn't ever beat consistency? It's just because if you do something for a long period of time, even though you might be crap at it in the beginning, it's just like you'll eventually get good because you worked at it. That doesn't just apply in like school. It doesn't just apply with like business stuff. It also applies with like relationships. If you completely disconnect yourself with the world, then who's going to be there to celebrate with you? Like when you do finally make all these successes. So to everybody that feels like, you know, they're gonna burn out, give yourself a break, you know? You have time to do all of this, and you're going to be able to do everything. Rome wasn't built in a day. It was just built brick by brick. Even if you can put one brick on that castle, even if you can only put half a brick on that castle that day, eventually, you're going to build Rome. And I think that's a really important thing that a lot of people forget about. Don't break your hammer just because you're trying to build something amazing, all right? Okay. That's all from me. Bye-bye.